Nod or Shake reviews. Willie Nod or Willie Shake.
Hello, Johnny here with Jim Bobby.
I can't see.
Welcome to another thing of Nod or Shake reviews. Nod if it's good, shake if it's not so good. Either way, you should check it out because you might find your new favorite movie. Alrighty, on to the review. Smile 2.
Here it comes.
I can't give it a giant nod and I can't give it a giant shake because it was entertaining watching you react to every single jump scare in the movie.
We'll talk about that.
Which I think is... Okay, so I'm going to do pros and cons. Parker Finn, who wrote and directed this movie, he knows how to set up a jump scare, I think. I think one big problem is he just overdoes it. This movie was just a very constant jump scare. Very rare, actually creepy parts. Here and there were. I think the first one, you know, I think the Smile movies work best when you don't know what's going on. Like, is this real or is this not? Listen, I read this interesting thing today. I'm going to be real quick about it. Somebody said jump scare in a horror movie is the equivalent of a stand-up comedian going up to somebody, tickling them, and going like, I'm funny.
Yes.
It's not scary. Bah! It's the first one. If you saw Smile, it's the first, literally the first, like, hour.
Nope.
It's just kind of like...
It's the first one.
All right, what's going on here?
I gotta take this thing off. Is that okay?
No. Naomi Scott, she's great. She sells the movie. She's a very good actor. Some of the shots were very good. Minimal scares for me. Again, just jump scare. Listen, if that's your bread and butter, you're going to love it. If you love the first one and you're okay with literally seeing the same movie with a pop star,
yeah,
you'll love it. You'll
eat
this shit up.
And bread.
So I think
bread.
I think that's my biggest, like, I could have just stayed home and watched the first one.
So what the hell are you reviewing it?
What?
Is it a shake?
I give it my infamous shrug.
It's a shake.
It's a shrug.
We gotta change the title of the whole show now. Changing everything up. Nod or shrug or shake.
I just wish...
Willie shrug or Willie shrug.
I just wish we learned something. I don't need to know the exact origin of the curse. I don't need the finer details. I just wish I got something new from this one as an addition to the first one.
Oh.
I think some movies you can get away with that. I don't know.
Yeah, like
this
Good
one.
Will Hunting.
No, like the Friday the 13th movies, you can get away with. It's the same thing over and over again. This one, I just, I don't know.
I didn't like this film. It's the same as the last film. Exact same film. And I am in full agreement of the jump scare.
This was Jim Bobby.
All right, listen.
The whole time.
Okay, all right. You know what? It affects me. It affects me.
Oh my God, does it affect
It affects
you?
me,
Good
okay?
Lord. That's
So,
why I'm...
yes,
That's where
yes,
the nod
yes,
goes.
yes,
It's a good movie to see with a bunch of friends that are a bitch like Jim Bobby.
Yeah, you got a bunch of bitches like me in this film.
You have a great time.
Everybody else has a great time at my expense while I'm like, ah! It is the equivalent of a comedian tickling someone and saying I'm funny. It is true. That is 100% a great quote. Hence why I'm saying it now. I don't like it. I've never liked jump scares. I think it's a cheap scare. Better to scare me like The Exorcist did when the priests first walk in to her room and you see her for the very first time and it's terrifying. The visual of that is terrifying. The movie is just telling the story and you're watching this story play out rather than a jump scare. Feels to me like it's the movie trying to get at the viewer of the film. You know, it's not about the film. It's about getting the viewer, you know. It's almost like breaking the fourth wall. This movie, writing-wise, it added nothing new. Johnny's right. No addition to the lore. And, not every movie... I know once a movie gets a sequel now, everybody says, oh, it's the Smile universe. Like, we're going to get 15 more of these every Halloween. I don't need any more because you're never going to add to the lore because nobody's actually writing good stories. I will say this. There are little things added to it, cinematography,
Yes.
which I'm a big fan of.
That was very good.
I don't know if you got the metaphor. I'm thinking that this was the metaphor that anytime the camera did a 180 upside down, that was in reference of turn that frown upside down. Did you get that? That's what I took it as. It was very deliberate. Anytime that she was kind of going deeper and deeper into her what would be a psychosis, it was almost like turning it 180. Mm-hmm. And when you're watching it, it just reminded me of that. Turn your frown upside down. Right. The one thing about this that, if I was writing this movie, I would have ended it with the last one, nobody wins. The demon wins. And, it's a very nihilistic view. Everybody likes to have a hero in a story. And to me, horror movies definitely are better when they have like a champion at the end, and I would have rather have done it where I would have wrote it so the only way to defeat this monster is to smile back at it, because nobody in the first movie and no one in the second movie ever thought to do that. And it's almost like, smiling at the devil.
All right, that was weird.
It would have been different.
All right.
And it says, the whole thing is about being in control of your mental faculties. It's, mental health. She slips into the psychosis and this thing takes over. Nobody around her knows that it's actually a malevolent being. So how do you take your power back? You don't let it affect you. This thing smiles at you, you smile right back. Things go bad, you got to flip it around.
Gotcha.
Turn that frown upside down.
Alrighty.
Bring a little sunshine. Bring a little sunshine in this dark wasteland of jump scares. This is a shake for me.
All right. The Blob, the remake of The Blob, a movie that does not get any. I feel like when we talk about the good remakes out there, we go with The Thing, The Fly. I don't hear a lot of people say The Blob, so I want to put it out there, The Blob. So awesome effects, just awesome, very ruthless. This movie kills kids with no problem.
Oh, I mean, it's the best.
So what's yours?
I mean, it's light years ahead of the...
Smile 2.
No, not Smile 2. The Fog.
Oh, okay. Nice. That's a good one. Nice.
The Fog.
Alrighty.
The original. Not the remake. The remake sucked.
Alrighty. Thanks for cringing. Next week we're going to be doing Venom 3.
Oh.
Alrighty.
Everything needs a universe.
Thanks for cringing. Bye.